Yo, I was on Facebook and I was talking to a fan discussing the Flash, and he made a comment about the Flash, about Ezra Miller's Flash in the movie in the trailer. And what he said, it sounded crazy, but it started to add up. And I was like, oh shit, it's right in front of our fucking faces. So, what this fan suggested is that the second Barry in the Flash trailer is actually the DCEU Flash, and the main Flash is the new DCU Flash. So, why is that? Well, take a look at number 2 Barry Allen's Lightning. It's fucking blue. Right in front of our faces. This is kind of obvious, but I see what they did here to kind of trick us, because the new Barry Allen, of course, that's the original color of the Flash's lightning, but the DCEU Flash has blue lightning. It makes sense. So it sounds a bit crazy. You would think that the DCEU Flash is the main Flash of this film, but this suggests that the Flash in this film is the new DCU Flash who encountered the DCEU Flash and ruined his timeline before he became the Flash in that timeline. So in the DCEU, Barry Allen's his lightning is blue. So Barry number 2 in this movie is possibly the DCEU Flash. It's possible. If not, then, well, now I'm really confused. This adds up. This makes sense, though. It's like they're making the old DCEU Flash a complete menace and destroying the DCU entirely. DCEU. But this makes sense. The second Barry in this film could be the DCEU Flash, while we're thinking that the main Flash of this film is the DCEU Flash when he's actually the new DCU Flash. This makes sense. Left, main Barry. We're thinking that the main Barry is the DCEU Flash, but he's the new DCU Flash. This could be the case. It makes sense. I'm sorry. This makes too much sense. This is adding up too much. Now, I saw laughter and reactions to that comment for people thinking it was a joke, but I saw the comment. I was like, that don't make no sense. What are you talking about? But then I'm like, wait, he's on to something. He's actually on to something here. This actually makes sense. This Barry number 2 might be the DCEU Flash, and the main Barry could be the new Flash. So what I think this story is telling is the main Barry of this film is the new DCU Flash who wants to go save his mother. So speaking idealistically and theoretically, if this is the case, basically this is the story. The new DCU Flash, at this point, he wants to go save his mom. And he goes back in time to save his mom and comes back into a different timeline. And that would be the DCEU with Supergirl, Flash before he became the Flash with Michael Keaton's Batman. So obviously, this DCU Flash has encountered the second Barry before he got his powers, because we do see that he had to make this Barry get his powers. So this makes sense. This is making sense. I don't know. This has to make sense to you. This makes sense, bro. I have not seen one streak of yellow lightning come out of the DCEU Flash. This is the first time we've seen yellow lightning on the Flash in the movie. But to differentiate the two, the DCEU Flash, his lightning was blue. So This adds up. I'm like, I would have never thought of this. I would have never thought of this, bro. Some shit is just right in front of our faces and we just don't notice until, oh, the end. Like, bro, I would have never seen this, bro. This is why it's good to talk about this shit, because like different people notice this shit. And I would have never caught on to the fact that this dude's lightning is blue and could be the DCEU Flash instead of the main one, because this is the main, the yellow one is the main Flash of the film. He's the star of the film. So we're thinking this is DCEU Flash. We're thinking that's him. But it could be them fooling us. And at the end of the movie, it could turn out to be Barry number 2. And this makes absolute sense. I'm sorry. I'm liking this. I never thought that my hate for Ezra Miller would go down. You know, at this point, bro, fuck it. It's how it goes. The shitty people get treated fairly while the respectful, innocent people get shitted on. That's how it happens. I don't know. I never thought that I would start to actually have a little bit of hype for, no, not even a little bit, bro. I'm fucking hyped for this movie a lot, bro. The reviews, it sounds good. It sounds, bro, when I heard that Tom Cruise said this is the movie we need right now, I'm like, ah, shit. Another Flash review trying to hype up this movie, because no, sometimes they really do be hyping shit up and it's not the hype. Like, sometimes people be hyping shit up a little too much. But this shit right here, bro, I'm believing it. I'm believing it now. I'm caught on, bro. I would have never thought of this. I would have never thought of this. The second Barry might really be the DCEU Flash and not the main Barry. He has yellow lightning. Number 2, he has blue. So I also have a theory that obviously the Dark Flash is being teased by the toy. If he's not the villain, okay, I guess it's just a fucking toy. But my theory is Barry, the second Barry, is going to get into conflict with the main Barry, and the Batman suit that he has on, I think that's going to melt onto him from him being corrupted and bursting into fire or something. Is going to melt onto him and he's going to turn into Dark Flash, and that'll be the villain of the movie. So if Barry number 2, who we thought was a different Flash, but actually is the DCEU Flash before he got his powers, this changes the game, bro. I think this is a smart, bro. If this is the case, this was a very smart way to reboot the DCU's Flash, I guess. Not necessarily the Justice League or anything. I don't know how that's going to work. But if this is a Flash from the DCU and not the DCEU for the main Flash, then we probably got it all wrong. This could be the new DCU Flash, and the second one could be the DCEU Flash. This, I don't know. I can't stop thinking about it. Now I want to see it even more to confirm. And if this is not true, I don't see how it's not true. I don't see how this would not be true, because why would the main Flash, listen, just think about it, bro. Why would the main Flash just go from blue to yellow lightning? I don't know. Maybe he got faster. I don't know. But I don't know. Given that the second Flash has blue lightning, you know how they do with these teasers, bro. They be putting that shit right in our fucking faces. Barry number 2 has blue lightning. But we're thinking that number 1, the star of the film, is the main DCEU Barry, but it could be the new DCU Flash. I don't know. I can't stop thinking about this, bro. He was, bro, everybody's laughing at that comment on Facebook, bro. Everybody think that comment is a joke. He's actually onto something. I had to make a video about this one. That comment, he was onto something. Barry number 2 could be the DCEU Barry. But here's the thing. He could be the Flash of the DCEU just before he became the Flash and got his powers in the DCEU. So obviously, Yellow Barry encounters the DCEU Barry before he gets his powers and gives him his powers because he knows how to give it to him. So obviously he encounters, let's say, a non-experienced Flash. So this is probably DCEU Barry first getting his powers. Obviously. So I don't know. I can't stop thinking about this one. That was a good comment. Shout out to that comment, man. That was a good one. He was on to something. The main Barry of this movie could be the new DCU Barry. Damn. Let's call him just Snyder Barry and Gunn Barry. Snyder versus Gunn Barry. Because if this is the case, they made the whole DCEU Barry a whole fucking menace. They decided that, you know what? Fuck the DCEU. We're going to make the Snyder Barry the whole villain and introduce a new version of that Barry and make him the hero. That would be a smart way to go out with the DC. I think that's smart. I think that's pretty smart. And it makes sense. He never had yellow lightning. DCE Snyder Barry, Snyder Flash, never had yellow lightning. He never had yellow lightning. This makes sense. You know, I go off of what makes sense. That comment today, it made sense. What do y'all think? I can't stop thinking about this shit. If this ain't the case, then I'm going to be like, why didn't they just do this? Because sometimes we be coming up with theories and making conclusions off of that. And it be making sense. I'm like, you know what? That's a better idea than the original story. Like if I watch this and that's not the case, if this main Flash is the DCEU Flash, I'm like, then I guess he just got faster and his lightning decided to turn yellow, if that's the case. But I can't stop thinking about it. I cannot wait to see this movie. Why? I'm an MCU fan, but I haven't been thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 lately. I'm more excited for this than Guardians of the Galaxy. Honestly, I'm not a heavy Guardians of the Galaxy fan, but I'm an MCU fan, so I'm going to watch it regardless. Like I said, here, I don't miss any Marvel or DC movies, whether it's ass, good, great, horrible. I have to see it for review and just simply being an expert on it. But this theory, one of the best fucking theories I've ever seen. Damn. I can't stop thinking about it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to see this on June 16th. See y'all later.